Hey guys, Silverlord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the MEGO Corp Flocked Fly from The Fly, of course. Excuse me. Had this guy for a little while now, but finally decided to put up a review of him. It's been a while since I've done a MEGO video, so I figured it was high time we took a look at the couple I do have. We'll be taking a look at the Jeepers Creepers guy tomorrow. His name escapes me. I'll have to look that up so I don't look like a complete boob on that video, but the Fly is something I am very familiar with. I believe he was portrayed by Vincent Price in the original movie, and then they went and just totally went balls to the wall crazy with the Fly much later in, I want to say, the 90s with the Brundle Fly movie, where it was literally like a fly monster, just crazy proportions, an asymmetric design, just a really cool looking redesign for the Fly, in my opinion. And McFarlane Toys actually did a movie, Maniacs, of that version of the Fly, so if you wanted a figure of that, there is one out there. It's just more or less a staction. This one, however, I believe is based off the original. It's technically just a variant of the Fly they did make, the regular Fly, which I have on pre-order, but for whatever reason that has yet to show up, but this one did, so I went and picked up this one since I had the money for it, because my other one didn't show up. So with that being said, the flocking on this guy, it's a little bit more subdued compared to the Wolfman I took a look at couple years ago now, almost exactly 2 years ago at this point. I did that right before my big Halloween extravaganza of 2019, for those of you who remember that. But that Wolfman was flocked like crazy flock. This is a more subdued flock, so taking a closer look at him. That said, I still think he looks awesome. I love how the eyes just pop against the black of the rest of his body, along with the mandibles. You can make them out pretty well. And it's the same articulation as any other MEGO. His head will rotate, his arms will rotate, his elbows bend, his wrist has a hinge and a swivel on it. It is a little stuck because of the flocking, but it's nothing too bad. He does have a diaphragm joint. It works pretty well. Hips kick out to the side and forward and back. He's got a single joint at the knee and a hinge at the foot, which on both sides is pretty tight because of the flocking again. So that's one plus side with flocking. It does stiffen up the joints to where I don't think it's really possible for them to get loose. At least not as quick as some other releases. But he has this kind of fly claw, this insectoid claw on the other hand. That's pretty cool. Other arm, excuse me. And that's not flocked, that's just the plastic, like his eyes and his mandibles there. Other than that, he's got the lab coat, he's got some pants, nothing on his feet, then nothing on his chest other than the lab coat, which is just kind of velcroed on in the front there. So if you wanted to detach that and have the coat kind of flowing behind him, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Looks cool though. I really dig this guy. Not a whole lot going on really. It's flocked, you can clearly see that. It's kind of gross and disgusting like the Fly should be, so I'm okay with that. The flocking isn't perfect. It's a little patchy in some places, but it's not too bad. For the price point of about $15-20, I don't think you're going to get any better than this. So if you like this design of the Fly and you want this version over the regular one, I would say this is a good pickup. I can't really compare it to the other one because I don't have it right now, but when I do get that, we will do a comparison between the two. But yeah, there's really not much more to say other than let's take a look at some comparisons. First up, and mainly because somebody asked me how the MEGO figures scale with other lines. Here is the Fly next to the Marvel Legends Ultron and the DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. This is the Target exclusive version. And as you can see, yeah, MEGOs are, I believe, roughly an 8-inch scale, so they are going to be a little bit too big for your Legends and your Multiverse. But I'm sure if you wanted to pick one of the more monstrous characters like the Fly here, you could probably work them in if you really wanted to. And last, but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. Again, the Fly joins the figures I've reviewed on this channel that are taller than the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn Club. Look at that. But with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and if I had to say one thing, if you're at all a fan of the Fly franchise, whether it's the old stuff or the newer stuff, I think this is worth picking up. I think it's a really cool rendition of the Fly, and considering the fact that we don't get a ton of Fly figures and NECA hasn't announced any plans to make a Fly figure, again, I'm not sure if this is a Universal Monsters property or not, but that said, I wouldn't be surprised if NECA does attempt to make one at some point in the near to distant future. If that is the case, I would definitely pick this one up because, again, not a lot of Fly figures out there. There's this one, there's the non-flocked version, which, again, I'm still waiting on as of the time of this review, and that McFarlane Toys movie Maniacs Bruntal Fly. I don't know of any other Fly figures other than, I guess if you want to count all the Baxter Stockman Flies from the Ninja Turtles line, I guess there are those as well. But with that being said, I really do dig this figure. I think the flocking is cool, and I love the aesthetic of this guy. I think he looks cool. Blends in well with the rest of the MEGOs. Looks like he's part of the line, and I'm happy to have him, especially this version. I think the unflocked version I may prefer just because I'm not the biggest flocking fan, but I will say when the flocking's done right, and it is done right here, it looks really good. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so I know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Gotta show that algorithm was boss, right? If you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this guy, whether you want him, love him, or hate him. But remember, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when there is a sincere lack of Fly figures. What is up with that? Got plenty of Frankensteins and Wolfmen and Draculas. Where's all the Flies at? Buzzing around my head probably as I record this. Little pests. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.